How you guys doing? We are back with another video. It's been a while since I've uploaded, but I'm finally doing the Golf Kicks version 2. So, yeah, before I get started, I want to go over, first of all, what you get in the kit, and two, kind of the differences between version 2 and version 1. So in the kit, you may have watched if you watched my first video, then you know what you get, but you get a marker, first of all, and that's kind of to mark just where you, just to kind of get a rough layout, rough idea of where you want your spikes to be before you actually start. You get a screwdriver. This one's a little bit different than the one that you get with the other kit, which I'll go over in a second. And you get 2 ball markers. In this case, I got a pink and a blue. They just have the Golf Kicks logo on there. And then also, obviously, you have the golf spikes, and I have chose the red. You can get them in many different colors, but yeah, red is what I went with because I have a red pair of shoes. So yeah, first off, I guess the main difference is this is version 1 spike. You can probably tell that this is actually plastic. This one is metal. This one also is very small. The screw is actually a lot smaller than on the version 2, and as well, this whole thing is plastic, everything. So you got this like plastic core, and then the color part is actually another separate piece of plastic that I guess has been molded around the inner piece of plastic. And I actually had a problem on the first. If you watch my, I'll put it in the info or whatever. I made it when I made the video months later. After I've been using them, I actually had a problem with the outer piece of plastic coming off. And so yeah, this one's all plastic, and this one's actually been molded. The plastic has been molded around the metal insert. So the screw and the actual, in this case, it's an Allen head. The metal has been molded inside the plastic. So it's one solid piece of plastic this time. So I think that'll hold up a lot better, and we won't run into the same issue where the actual colored part comes off of the spike. And then, so this one's Phillips, this one's Allen, this one's got an Allen head. This is the screwdriver they give you. It's just a straight Allen, and it goes in there just like that. But so with this being plastic, it was actually hard to, once you started torquing down the spike into the shoe, that actually had a tendency to strip out, especially if you didn't have your screwdriver perfectly straight. And since this one is metal, the tendency for that to strip out is going to be a lot less. So I do like that a lot better. That's a big improvement in my opinion. And you get enough spikes to do a pair of shoes. Obviously, I've already done this shoe, and I put 9 spikes. I did 1 at the toe, 4 or 5, I guess, at the front of the shoe, and then 4 at the heel. I just wanted a decent amount of coverage with even pressure on all of the spikes. So I chose 9. If you do, I think, if you do 9 per shoe, you'll end up with 2 spikes left over. And the spikes that you'll have left over is actually good in case maybe one comes out of the shoe and you lose one on the golf course. You have a couple to replace the ones that you might lose. Now, obviously, once you lose all of them, you may have to buy more, but in theory, they shouldn't come out. I installed these a little bit differently. I'll go over how I installed them, but basically in the first video, I decided to use a 2-part epoxy to glue them in, and they still ended up coming out of the shoe fairly easily. So I figured I'm just going to try. I'm going to do a test and see if these screws are actually been improved, and see if they actually hold by themselves with no glue. So I'm not going to use any epoxy. No, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to screw them in and see how they hold. So basically, I'm going to start by just choosing rough locations here. I'm going to look at this one as well, and just kind of get my spikes where I want them. And you can, this is completely up to you, however you want to do it. I just want to do enough to where I get good even pressure on my feet so it's not uncomfortable. and it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be, they have to be there, but I want to try to keep it relatively even, just so the pressure is the same on both of my feet, because in golf that's important. So now that I got my spikes roughly laid out on this shoe, they're just kind of balancing here. I'm going to take this marker, and this particular pair of shoes have these little triangle pattern on the sole. So I'm just gonna, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this marker that they provide you and pick up, basically I'm just putting the spikes, the screw head, in the center of that triangle. So I'm gonna pick up my spike and just trace out that triangle where I want my where I want my spike. And I'm gonna do that until I get all of them marked, and then we're just gonna screw them in. All right, so there you go. So now I've got all the spots marked where I want to put a spike. Basically, all I'm going to do is these basically fit right on there. It actually holds by itself on the little screwdriver, and you're just going to put it in where you want it and push and turn until you can get it to bite. Now, it does take a little bit of pressure and a little bit of force, but eventually it will grab, it will bite, and it actually sits very flush, which seems to be a little better than the previous version I had. That was the one thing I had problems with the first one, was getting them all to lay super flat, super flush with the bottom of the shoe. So already that seems like an improvement. So we're gonna keep going, and I will show you well, you've already seen what it looks like when I'm done, but yeah, we'll get all these in here, then we'll try them on, and yeah, see how they feel. All right, so there we go. We're done. We now have a complete pair of custom golf shoes. Yeah, overall, pretty easy to install. The only gripe I have is, which was the same in version 1 as well, is this screwdriver. And I understand why they do it. The screwdriver is just way too small to really work with very easily. But I understand why they do it. They're trying to contain everything to this packaging, and I guess they're going for like a golf ball sleeve type packaging here. So they're trying to contain everything into a small package. So I understand why the screwdriver is so small, but in the process of making these shoes, I've actually worn a blister onto the palm of my hand. So screwdriver is not the easiest to work with. If you have tools lying around and you have an Allen that would be easier to work with, obviously you could use that, but this is literally something you could take to the golf course with you if you had a pair of shoes, and you could literally do this in the parking lot of the golf course right before you went to play golf if you wanted to do something like that. Obviously, not many people are going to be doing that, but the kit, it comes complete with everything you need to do this, assuming you have zero tools at all in your possession. So, like I said, the screwdriver is a little small to work with. It's quite painful once you get done. My hand is quite sore at this point, but it's not the end of the world, and it does do the job for sure. So yeah, we're gonna put these on. We're gonna see how they feel. Obviously, we're not at the golf course right now, but I'm actually going tomorrow, so I'll probably wear these to the golf course tomorrow. Maybe in the future I'll do a course video with these on, but definitely for sure, just like I did with the version 1, I will wear them, kind of torture test them a little bit, and then come back and let you guys know how they did, in case you were on the fence about trying this out. So yeah, let's put these on and see how they feel. All right, so right off the bat, these feel very comfortable. Obviously, walking on concrete is not ideal. So you're going to feel a little more than you would walking on grass, because the spikes are not going to. The spikes are not. The spikes are going to absorb. The grass is going to absorb the spikes a little bit. Sorry, I'm trying to work this camera here. So you're not going to feel as much of the spikes when you're walking on grass, obviously, because the ground is softer and it's kind of going to compress into the ground a little bit. When you are walking on concrete, you can definitely tell that they're there, and you can tell the pressure points a little bit more. But like I said, I'm gonna, like off in the grass right now, you can't tell at all that you even have golf spikes on the bottom of your shoe. That's why I've wanted it. That's why it's really important, at least for me, to have them evenly distributed across the bottom of the sole, so it supports your foot evenly as they can, just so they're not, you don't have any kind of weird pressure points on certain parts of your feet, not the others, that would cause you to be uncomfortable. So yeah, overall I'm happy with them. Like I said, I'm gonna get on the golf course and play with them tomorrow probably. I'm gonna torture test them, and in a separate video I'll come back and kind of let you guys know what I think. Yeah, I like the product. The version 1 was okay. I'm really hoping that the version 2 will last a little longer, and I'll get a lot more life out of the spikes than I did out of version 1. So if you guys like the video, drop a like. Consider subscribing if you like what you see on the channel. I kind of do a bunch of random stuff. I have a Short Par 4 subscription box, so roughly every month I miss a few here or there, but every month I get a box, I unbox it, show you guys what I get, and yeah, so if you're into Short Par 4 unboxing videos, I do that. Kind of random stuff with golf, I do that as well. I'm kind of all over the place, but mostly just vlog style videos. And yeah, summer's coming up, so we'll have a lot of fun by the pool out here, as you can tell. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Look out for the video of me playing in these. I definitely want to try to do that, and also I will definitely give you a torture test update once I feel like I've given them the proper test on the course. And yeah, so if you like what you see, consider subscribing, hit the like button, and yeah, until then, I will see you in the next video, and peace out.